good afternoon. My name is Belinda and this is my colleague Craig.
Hello.
Okay, and your names are?
Rebecca. Carolina.
Okay, thank you. Can I have your mark sheets, please?
Sure.
Thank you. First of all, we'd like to know something about you. Okay, where are you from, Carolina?
I'm from La Liana, which is a little town near Valencia.
Okay, thank you. And you?
From Albraya, also next door.
Okay, and what do you do there?
I live there, but I do nearly all my life here in the city. I study architecture.
Okay, and you?
I'm studying translation in the University of Valencia, here in Blasquilvanya.
Okay, and in what ways do you think English will be useful for you in the future?
Yeah, and because of my because of what I'm studying, I think I have to travel a lot, and for my job, so I think it's really important.
Okay, and you?
Well, in fact, as I'm studying translation, English is my first language, so I have to know it very well, just like a native speaker, so it is really important in my life.
Okay, thank you. How important is it for you to have internet access?
Well, in fact, it is very important because nearly all the work stuff is on the internet, and so I have to make a lot of consults and in order to work properly.
Okay, thank you. Do you work better when you follow a routine?
Yeah, definitely, yes, because I could organize better and take the most advantage of my time.
Okay, and if you could make one change to the place you live in, what would it be?
I think that definitely would be to a foreign country, because I'm a bit bored of Spain and I love to learn about new cultures. So.
And what's the one thing you own that you couldn't live without?
I think my computer, because as nowadays it's all about computers and internet, and I do most of my job on it. So.
Okay, thank you. In this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you 3 photographs. I would like you to talk about them on your own for about a minute, and also to answer a question briefly about your partner's photos. Okay? So, Carolina, it's your turn first. Here are your photographs. They show people enjoying different events. Okay, so please compare 2 of the pictures and say what the people might be enjoying about these different events, and which event took the longest to plan. Okay?
Well, I think that in the photograph, which is about, I think it is a birthday, the girl might be enjoying her day because she's surrounded by the people that she loves the most. Whereas in the other picture, we can see, I think that they are a kind of a family, or maybe they are cousins or something, maybe relates. And I think that in both cases are people which is surrounded by people that they love. So maybe the birthday day is the one that took the longest to play, because so a lot of people had to go to a certain place at a certain hour, and maybe they have other plans, or maybe, I don't know, different timetables.
Thank you. And Rebecca, which event do you think would be the most memorable?
I think the first one with the man winning the race, because it's something really special and doesn't happen to you every day.
Okay, thank you. Here are your photos now. They show people doing difficult jobs. Please compare 2 of the pictures and say what might motivate people to do jobs like these, and what problems they might have doing these jobs. All right?
Okay. So in the picture where the fire workers are working in trying to get off the fire, I think the motivation to do this job is
to save a lot of lives, as in the last picture with the woman who is a doctor, because the life of the other person is also in her hands. And maybe in the first one it only involves their life, whereas in the second one in the first one involves the life of the people who is inside the building, but also the life of the workers, whereas in the second one it's only the life with hazard danger is only the person who is being in the hospital. And
thank you. And Carolina, which job do you think would give the most satisfaction?
Well, in fact, I think that a doctor's job, because my parents are doctors, and I know that even though they don't really talk about it, they really feel that they are doing something important with their lives. So I'm very proud of them.
Thank you. Now I would like you to talk about something together for about 3 minutes, okay? Here are some pictures showing things that many people value highly. Okay. First, talk to each other about how important these things are in our lives, and then decide which two you think are the most important for a happy life. All right?
Would you like to? Okay. Well, I think that the photograph with all that food might be one of the best, one of the most important things in our lives, because if we don't have our food, or maybe we don't eat, we'll die. So I think that we could maybe reach an agreement with that, no?
Yes, I agree with you, because also having a healthy diet, it's really important to you to do the rest of your life. So.
Yes. And what about
the one with the jobs? I think it's also really important, because if you don't have a job, you don't get the money to buy the food. So I think it's also
or maybe just to live in.
Yes, to live.
And more, I think that taking into account that we are living in a world which is moved by the money. So I have that. So I think that.
And nowadays that job is more difficult to get, and we realize what important it could be.
Yes, I totally agree with you. So, but I don't think that it should be very important to take into account.
I think the last one, the one with the family, we should consider it as the most important, because if you don't have people who love you around you and who support you, I think anything makes sense. So.
In fact, this column makes sense to be the most important. So, which one of the?
I will choose the family and the job, I think.
Okay, I agree with you. And what about traveling? I think it is.
Yes.
For me, personally, I think that traveling is one of the pleasures of life, and I wish I could travel more than I can do it now. So
I love also traveling, but I don't think it makes happiness as itself. Okay, it helps, because if you go for a trip with someone you love, it makes good experiences with the other person. So
I can see your point, but I think that I don't know. Maybe just knowing other people, it gives you so much than you give.
Yeah, I agree. And knowing other cultures, yes.
Yes. And what about money?
I think it's necessary, because if you don't have money, you can't take any of the other things, because nowadays all the things you have to buy them and pay for them.
Yes.
But I don't think
you don't really get anything for granted.
Yeah.
Yes. But okay, so we agree.
Yes.
Thank you. Rebecca, what do you consider to be important for a good quality of life?
So I consider that for have a good life, to feel full and these things, you have to live the present, because I think it's really important. Sometimes we try to think about the future a lot, about what we will do in 20 years, 10 years. And I think it's more about living your daily life and enjoying the little things.
Not getting frustrated, I think, to think much more than it's necessary
And
about
because we are a bit
the future.
afraid of losing 1 year, wasting time, and sometimes
We have I think that all of us have a lot of expectations in life, and maybe if we don't fulfill our ambitions, maybe we get very, very frustrated, and you have to, I don't know, not
focus and don't,
Yes.
because things move so fast.
Okay, and how important is it to achieve a balance between work and leisure in life?
I think that it's the key to not have such a stressful life. So maybe a lot of people get very obsessed with work and don't really think about their leisure time, or maybe just spare time with your family or with your friends, or maybe on your own. For me, for example, I am on exams nowadays, and I don't really think about leisure. I'm just thinking about studying and I don't know.
But I think
handling
we
exams.
should do a job that we really like, because I think other way you're wasting your time, because if you work in a thing just for live, it's
Yes.
like
You're wasting your time.
Yes.
Yes.
And you keep
And your life.
feeling depressed, or so I think it's really important to find what you like.
And Rebecca, some people say we have lost the ability to enjoy the simple things in life. What's your opinion?
Yes, as I have said before, I think we have to enjoy of the little things, because nowadays there are, in this society of consumerism, there are lots of things, and we find difficult to find the happiness because we need more and more things, and I think we have lost what we do.
And how do advertising and the media affect our expectations of a good life, Carolina?
Well, in fact, I think that this is the key of a lot of people's frustration, because maybe they want their life to be just as an ad, or maybe a film. I don't know. We are constantly being
Bombarded.
yes by a lot of images, and I don't know. They try to sell us the idea of a perfect life, and I don't really agree with that idea. So I prefer to escape from it.
I agree with you totally, and it's impossible to get isolated from media, and it affects all of us.
Okay. And the only thing people seem to be interested in these days is money. To what extent would you agree?
Well, I would like to say, well, I think that all of us say that money isn't important, but really it is. It actually is very, very important, and we are constantly worried about it. So I think that...
Yes, because then you want to have a life level that
Yes, a
if you
quality
don't
of
have
life.
the enough money, you can't.
Yes.
And you say, no, it doesn't make the happiness, but in fact, you want to go in summer to a ship, you want some
maybe
holidays, you want, and that
I think that the
money is
real life-
needed for that. So
in the real life, poor people are normally more frustrated than rich people, because rich people have the opportunity to do whatever they want to. So I think that we can't lie to ourselves.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. That's the end of the test. Goodbye.
Bye.